Hello and welcome. Today we have episode 2 of me developing my top-down shooter, shoot 'em all, whatever you want to call it. I am Ligmat69 and welcome. So let's get started. And let me just double check on some things quickly. Yeah, we should be good. So for now, we are going to be working on optimizing the code. So we'll just mostly, it's not a short one, we'll just try to make the code look a bit nicer, function a bit more in our favor, and how we want to work, and maybe we'll try implementing some things. At the moment, our code is in this function, so we can move around diagonally and also directions with AASD. We also can shoot by clicking. We can dash with a knife, which is again sometimes broken for some reason. It seems to be affected by how the gun is positioned, so we have to fix that, but that's another thing to fix. And yeah, we can destroy that block with either the knife on dashing or with the gun by shooting. And for now, that's all I need to know. And you can see there's also an indicator of this, so we can change the direction to which the uh, knife goes with tab. So if you move right, it will now go on top. If we click tab, it will now go down. For now, it's saying true and false, so that needs to also be changed. But once again, later things. So that's the current idea. For now, it's not nearly done. A lot of things will have to be changed, implemented again, but it's a start. So we have like a bunch of different files that we work with. So for now, let's begin with the top one here, which is bullet. So these are the projectiles we are shooting. We are not inside that, but they look like this. So we'll work with that. So first of all, we have a start function. So this sets the rotation, the position, and the velocity. We can see like this is all like defined inside or when you're calling the function. So we don't need to modify this function at all. The physics process, well, yeah, we don't want a bounce. We just want it to disappear upon impacting. So we don't, for this gun, for this bullet, we don't do like a bouncing around thing at all. We might make a different bullet that does include a bouncing, but for this one, like a separate gun, but for this one, no. And then for collision, so here we're just defining, okay, we move the thing, velocity times delta, whatever, and then we just do like hitting method. I think this entire function, like this entire node, is fine for now. It doesn't really have anything extra that we don't need. So we can just move on to character, and this is like the most complicated one and annoying one, so maybe we go that last. So this one just sets, okay, once we turn the character, it turns. The gun, this one we don't even need, we can get rid of this. So close, then where is character, gun, yeah, we can just detach the script, we don't need that. And then we should be able to find the gun.gd, so we just... Why is it... Uh... Why is that being used by the character? Well, we can do something with it. I don't know why it's having issues. But let's see if we can just like... Let's try it, I guess. And then we detach the script from here. Now we should no longer have like a gun script. So let's check that it works still. Yeah, it does. So we are good. So that did not break anything, which is ideal. Now let's move on to actually fixing some shit. So with the knife, we also have like a starting function. I don't think we're using that for anything, so we can also remove that, and it should be able to still run. Yeah. Yeah, so we can just get rid of the knife.gd as well. With that script, knife.gd. Yeah, that should be fine. We are not using that for anything. Yeah, that works as intended. So let's move on. Direction indicator is fine. Static body. This one I think is also fine for now, but we are going to look into changing some things about this later because there is a thing I want to fix. But I don't know if we have time for that in this episode. So let's check. So now we fix the big one, that's character. So this is the longest file. So we have our speed and that. Let's first of all check any other numbers. So for now I think we can do something. So for knife DMG equals to 50 and the gun damage is defined elsewhere. So we can, let's make var DMG equals to 20. Bullet DMG. So now we're defining, okay, bullet does this much damage. And then we'll just change this to bullet DMG. The reason why I'm doing this way is just to make it easier to adjust down the line. Because it's going to get like annoying eventually if I don't. And now we can just do this because we'll have all the different values and being able to adjust them all at top makes things a lot easier to develop in the long term than having them like all over the place. And then I think this one we can beat that just like, yeah, we turn it around by a half pipe. That should be fine. And it doesn't, it shouldn't be affecting anything. Or like that's going to be adjusted anyway, which for now needed. And these are just to adjust for the gun rotation, so that should also be fine. So for now, let's just look from top and see what we can change. So this I think is good. It just changed setting. Okay, velocity is this much. It works. If we turn, then we first of all set turn to be the opposite. So it's like we rotate the knife with tab. And then we emit that. That should be fine. This dash timer knife, yeah, that should be good. Now, if it's not stopped, we set the rotation to be velocity.angle. So for some reason, it's being affected by the direction of this, which is, I don't know why. I think it has to do with us actually rotating the sprite. So let's see where are we setting rotation, and let's get rid of that for now. That will break our gun, but it should ensure that this works. And if we can just set the gun dot rotation, I think that might allow us to fix the gun rotation. Okay, doesn't allow us to fix the verge of the bullets, but it does mean that our knife works correctly. So let's see what the bullet direction is based on. Okay, so we're taking the start function. Let's check the shoot function. I think that's where the issue comes in. Oh yeah, so we need to do gun dot rotation here. I think that should fix it. And now I think it should work with just the gun. Yeah, now it should work without breaking. Yeah, we fixed the bug. Yeah, it works. So I fixed one thing, that's good. Although that is a functional bug, we still need to continue optimizing this. So for now, we have set that correctly. Now it rotates properly without any issues. Then we look back in this. So yeah, the rotation of the knife, we are just making sure, okay, it's rotated in like alignment with how we want it to be rotated, so in direction. And then so if the timer does turn out, it just sets the angle to that. Then if the get overlapping bodies, so if it's overlapping with anything, we first of all check all of those bodies. So even if it's like going over multiple things, if the object is like overlapping with has a method that's hit, then we run that method. And velocity, we also set this to be bigger, so we have the dash effect where it goes faster. If it's stopped, we hide the knife and set the collision mask to not work, so it doesn't damage things. And action press click. I think there's some unneeded things here, potentially. Yeah, this stuff, it's useful down the line, not something we need currently. Um, yeah, so that shouldn't affect anything at all. It's just there to be used later down the line. I think for now it's sufficient, but this will be useful when I actually create the turning like side and the different angles that the character can turn into because I will be creating all kinds of like the 4 different moving direction angles, maybe even 8 for diagonals, but I'm not sure about that. I think I might just do not like one of the 4 for the diagonals. Whatever the case is, that's how that goes. And direction, we check, okay, where's the mouse pointing, then we change the gun rotation, that's needed, and then if the shot timer is stopped, then we shoot. So if it's not in the cooldown, then we do that. That should be good. The bullets are good now that we have fixed them, and I think this one is good. We don't need this part anymore, so we can get rid of that. Yeah. Oh yeah, we need to change the bullet velocity though, because that's currently being broken. But that should be easy enough. I need to check why it's failing. So we need, there should be like a thing to set that somewhere. B.speed plus equals speed. So for whatever reason, our speed is not being applied properly, which is a problem. So the rotation should work. Everything should work, but for some reason it doesn't. So our speed is not being set correctly. This is interesting. Let's see if we just like comment one of these out. Oh yeah, that's, so for some reason their default speed is taken as being like really, really slow. I don't get why. Uh B.speed is, it should be equaling this plus speed. So input direction times speed. I don't see anything of us what they have done here changing that. Maybe the rotation is affecting it because our character isn't like rotated to be in the correct direction. It might be breaking that. So let's try doing um let's try adding, instead of like trying to set the speed equals to velocity plus equals to 0 and speed. Let's try doing it like this. Yeah, we don't want that. And now, yeah, now this breaks. Oh yeah, we need to do vector 2. Yeah, now it should do something. It still doesn't work like this though, which is not how we want it to work. Why is it broken in the first place? Yeah, one of them is being broken. We can see the first one is like being broken to oblivion because of this. But oh, let's try this. Yeah, this is also broken. I don't know why it's breaking, because the speed should be equaling to that. Oh, we have removed like a bunch of speed from this one. That makes so much sense. Yeah, now it works properly. Yeah, we just, it seems let's remove the 0 from here that I shouldn't have removed. but we are ready to go now. So let's move on to our character and continue with this. So now that works. And I think all of our code is good to go for now. So we have achieved some of the things I wanted to get to within this stream, and I have now reached a functional knife and a functional bullets, which is good. And we also not rotating our character anymore. And that's what we want to do. I think the next thing we can work on is just trying to change up the like knife timing, because I think it might be good to keep the knife visible for a bit longer than the dash, or change the dash timing, because currently it's very short and that's not ideal. Like, it goes for very little time. So let's try changing our dash timer first of all. Let's say we want this to be like this long. I think that's good enough. So let's try to change our dash speed to be a bit slower. So wherever our multiplicator for that is, we should also change at the top actually. So let's say var dash speed. Let's actually just set the dash multiplier equals to, let's say, 6. Then let's find where the hell dash multiplier. And now let's check on this. I think that's better. And then we just should add in I think we can go with that for now. It's a bit slower, and I think we also need to add in like a timer. So this is another project. It's just like the documentation default, but I like using it because they have like somewhere in here the timer generating command, which is what I want to use in this case. So let's see where we can find that. I just not sure where that is. So I don't think it's here because we're not seeing it. So it might be on some like player. Or maybe it's inside HUD. Yeah, it's here. So let's avoid this, blah, blah, blah. We'll use this one. And we'll just shove this somewhere, like, before we start the time. Let's do a thing where we do move this to here. And then let's create a timer. So now we should be... Oh yeah, now it fails because it has the, that. So that's not a solution. But I think what we can do is, if dash timer is stop true, we can add it here instead. I think that might function. No. Yeah, it doesn't show every time now. So that's not ideal. I think that's because it also checks this when we're like not running, so that's not the way to go. I just want to see, let's see if we can actually just make this a bit slower. Even. Like, if we can just slow down the actual dash, I think we can increase the timer, like, just fine. Ah. Let's try making it even like 3 times bigger. Yeah, now we have got it to actually show for like a decent amount of time. Now it just like the dash itself is a bit long, but I think we can leave it be like this for now. That should be sufficient. We can like modify it later. We need to figure out anyways like how we want to actually optimize it. For now, that's sufficient. So next thing I want to do is I want to make sure it doesn't like take multiple collisions in like one go through like a thing it's colliding with. So for example, now you might see that it's like in one go destroying that, but it's actually supposed to do 50 damage. So for now, let's work on fixing that. So I think the solution here might be to check for like the collider. So when we actually do the collide, we change like a variable inside the object we're colliding to, and then we are getting, and then that method will change some variable, and if it's, or will like change the layer mask or whatever, and then once the dash is over, that will like return back to normal. So I think that's one way we could go about it. So I guess the problem is that I guess we just like call all of the items to like restore the thing in like using like a group. So let's for now just go and implement this. So this study, let's just say, oh, I guess we can just implement it in the func hit. So for now we can set here that okay, we set uh, collision layer value to false. So now if we run this, we shouldn't be able to destroy it. It should still do the first damage, but it doesn't do the second one. So now we need to like return that to normal, which is where it gets a bit more annoying. So for now, I think we can just like make another function. So a func restore hitbox, hitbox restore, whatever. Let's call it that for now. And then we just say, okay, set collision layer value to true again. And then we can go to character. We should, let's see, if the dash is like stopped, if it's not dashing anymore, I guess we can go here and we can, for now, let's just like do, I guess it's not within this one, but what I think we can do is, we can set the, we can set a group for the this. So let's make a group. I think that's one good way of checking it. So let's say enemies. So now we have an enemies group. And then we just go back here. We go back here again. I think they have something with groups in this instance. So where is the, where are the groups? I think we should have that defined somewhere here. If the group, is it in player? No, it's not here. It's probably in main. It's annoying to read this code. Oh, here we go. Get tree call group. I think this is how to do it. So we can set here like, okay, call groups, mobs, and not mobs, enemies. Enemies for now, and we'll do, we hitbox restore. Let's see if this works. I don't know if it will, but we should try it. I guess we need to like run through it. Yeah, it seems to allow us to destroy it at least once. Yeah, so 2 passes through it to destroy it as it should. Yeah, so we have figured out that functionality now. So what we did is we have our hitting, which just like hits the hits this, and then this sets the collision value, so it doesn't actually take collisions anymore. So when you hit it once, like one dash, it will no longer take like a second hit from your knife, which is important because we don't want it to like die immediately. And then the restore function says, hey, it can collide again. So that's how that works. And then we just call it, okay, when the dash timer is over, so when it's no longer in the dash. Then, and when the knife is hidden and stuff, then we call that, okay, all of these enemies can now take the hits again. They can, the hitbox is restored. So when you dash into them again, it works. So for now, we have that function defined. I guess next thing is, instead of working on the code, we can work on art. So, well, first of all, we don't need this, but I want to get this open. And we can run, this is Pixel or whatever, it's just like a way to make pixel art. Makes life easier when I'm making characters. So I want to make a more simple character than what I have currently as to my like main character. And I think we can do that. So first of all, I guess this is like a good size for the outline. Actually, let's do like an even from both sides thing for now. I think that will be suitable for what we're actually trying to do. I wonder how this would look. So let's try that, I guess. And then we can like do no. No, that one can stay. I think I just don't want to really extend it. Like, I think I want to go with like a very simplistic design for this. And I don't think that head shape that I made there really works. Maybe this would work. For now. And yeah, I want to do like a simple these type of fit, this type of fit. So you would have like different lengths of this. Eraser. It's like my tablet pen doesn't work on this properly, but let's increase your size to 2 pixels, which is the same as I'm actually drawing at. So now you're actually erasing correctly, and then we just... I guess for now we can just have like a standing position, because... well, we are not making animations yet. So I guess this is like a decent look, and then... I guess we'll make it like a back angle for the beginning, like default position. And then we had to figure out how to implement the gun, but I think that's doable. And then we just implement like hair or like a helmet or something. Yeah, I guess we can do this. Then we can do like adding some colors. Yeah, let's add in like some effect as well, like that. And then let's add in some nice like element color that's too light. So let's go with something a bit darker. I think that's good for now. Then let's figure out what kind of skin color we want to actually do for this. No, that's not what I want. For my choice of visual style, maybe you can like even make it not like human. You can make it like I think like a red could look good. It could be like an a clothing under it or something. No, like let's make it dark. Yeah, I think this kind of like a red would be good. Yeah, I think that's good. And then we just set our. We need to re-get that, re-obtain this color, and then we can start. Yeah, let's make this a bit darker. Actually, I think it should stand out a bit more. Yeah, I think that's more of the style that I'm trying to go for. And I guess the legs are too long as well. They look unnatural. Yeah, I think this is more like what I want to go for. And of course we need the black color, so let's swap that. And let's swap that in. Yeah, I think that could work. For now, as like a standing still angle on this. And then let's just add in some elements to the back, I guess. I mean, we could add in like a cape or something, but I don't necessarily know if we want to do that. Like, we can. I guess we can try adding in like a. Let's make it follow that like same red. Yeah, I mean, we'd have to fix that bit manually, but I think that's doable. For now, anyway. Yeah, no. Don't like the look of what I made there. I think I would like it to be not like a cape or something, just like add in some like little elements to it. Like more like purely for look purposes. The question is what shape, how do you want to shape this? I guess like this kind of shape works better. It seems to look fairly good compared to doing it otherwise. I think we're good. And for now, I think this is something we can go with. And yeah, let's see if we add in a bit here. Does that improve the look? No, I don't think it does at all. Like, I think I guess maybe it can look okay. I don't know. Yeah, I guess this looks better. So no, it doesn't. I think this is good. So let's export this as. Let's go. Let's go to add this into art. Select this folder. Then we name you like. I think I can just override our previous character PNG. Oh yeah, and we need to export in a different size as well. So we need to make you like, I think it's 5 times bigger that I exported as originally. Yep. So now if you run it, we should have, no we don't. I think it's just a different like name, but we can change those things. Ah yeah, it's different. But I think we can just go here, we can change our sprite. Yeah, we can just instead of like get rid of this. I guess we don't need this. And I guess we don't need that frame, and we can add in this as our frame. And now it should, yeah, it's very big. So let's fix that. I guess it needs to be bigger than it is. Like, oh yeah, we should also like crop the image to this, then export as. Why can we not do 500%? Yes, we can. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. Now we have it defined to be of a good size. So now we should be able to Yeah, so for now we can see the gun is like positioned like this. So let's move our sprite and stuff. I guess like on top of everything or like below everything. Yeah, so now the gun will actually go below the character. We can see it's a bit off position. Yeah, the knife will also have to be reworked because it doesn't currently look good. And I also should add some sort of timer to the dash. So let's add in, let's move the gun position, I guess. Yeah, your center point should be right at the center of our character. Okay, what's going on here? Why are you like... Okay, this needs to be like... The actual sprite needs to be moved the fuck out, but... Like, the gun... Animated sprite... Muscle, so... These need to like, first of all, align properly. So let's move the muscle to where we... I guess want that. Why is the sprite positioned badly on gun? Like, we need to move how this is positioned. Okay, that's not helping that. Why is it has an offset to it? Let's try to add in like -8. Oh yeah, that seems to have worked. So I'm not too strict about it now, but let's get it approximately centered. No, we need to be smaller. I think yeah, 24 should be, yeah, that's sufficient. Then we just move this to the center of that. And the muscle can be moved to right here. No, we move this muscle action. Oh no, this is it every time. So the gun to here, and then the muscle can be moved to inside of here. I think I want to be a bit inside the thing, so it starts the bullets there. Yeah, I think it's... Why is the rotation like that? Yeah, it goes more on this side than on that side, and that's not ideal. So I think we just need to like move it up that way a bit. I don't know why we need to do that, but we do. I think it's just like because we're not like flipping it. I think that's the solution. It's just like we flip it, which we will do like whatever. For some reason, its rotation mechanics are very strange. Yeah, it seems to be positioning itself a lot on this side for absurd reasons, which I don't really understand. So let's try to just like see what different positions do for it. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it wants any help with it. It will go there no matter what I do, which is not fun. I think it has to do with the fact that why can I not move the object I'm selecting? This is very frustrating. Let's hide everything except for a gun. So let's hide all the other things. Um. So for now, we should just have the gun object. So now we can actually like move you to be a bit on the side. So let's actually check where this is. So it's a bit more that way. Oh, why are you moving the wrong thing again? This is so frustrating. So that is not center. It should be on the center of this. Or whatever that is worth. Why do you go like snapping on it? I don't need it to snap, I need it to like be close to it but not quite on it. No, that's too close. Like maybe like here would be good. Mm. Yeah, I think that's sufficient. Then we can show the animated sprite of the gun. We should check that, okay, you also align with the actual gun, like, thing, and then we can, like, start showing everything else. And then let's try this again. I guess it's showing more evenly now. Yeah, it's a lot more even at this point. I think it's even enough, and it doesn't look horrible. I mean, it does kind of collide with the character, so I think we had to like adjust the sprite of the actual gun as well. It's a bit too long, perhaps. But yeah. For now, this works. And we have a gun that actually like looks decent. We have our new sprite for the MC, or our like main character. And we can run around, we can dash, we can do everything. I think that's sufficient for what we are aiming to do. And with that, I think we'll end the stream. For now, it's a bit of a short one again. Uh, but we'll see where we go next time. For now, we have achieved fixing up the dashing a bit more. We have fixed up the code a little bit. And come up with a new sprite for our character. Next, I think next time. I think we'll be working on the enemy, like one or two enemy characters, sprites, testing multiple enemies, maybe making some like spawning mechanic for them, and making them like move and do things, damage you, and stuff like that. We'll see how far we get, but I think that's what we'll work on next. And after that, I think it'll be like level generation. And I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.